Okay, so first time somebody doing sport yoga, I'm going to show up and I'm going to do something. I'll talk about posture, mountain pose, and perfect posture, and how posture comes from that belly button. That's an important cue, the belly button, lifting from the belly button and bringing your body weight back against the wall. Head, shoulders, hips, heels are back against the wall. Breathe, chin is parallel, and you belly breathe. You breathe in, and then you breathe out. All right. Make sure all four corners of the feet are grounded. You're pushing down through the heels, fully quad set. Allow that natural curve in your lower spine, that natural J shape. This is called the tilt, shoulders, head back. All right. You're going to breathe in and breathe out. First thing you want to teach somebody is something flat back forward, only we modify it because people are really tight, right? And I don't want you rounding in flat back forward. So the wall behind you, your hip moves back just a little bit. It doesn't stay. It hinges back. You allowed that movement back. That's that stretch in that hamstring. And you only go as flat back forward, but you can still look above the horizon. Maintain length in your spine, right? No rounding in your spine. Your back is going to stay flat in perfect posture. Breathe in, breathe out, reach. And each time you should be able to go down. Do this like 5 times. So here, I'm above my knee. Now I'm going to go below my knee. Fully extend your arms, reach and elongate, but keep them on your legs and just go down, breathe, and breathe in. All right. So if it's an athlete and they're really good and they're all the way down here on just 3, I'll start talking about prepare, which is you come from a flat all the way, your back's flat and you're looking ahead, but you kind of stop losing this vision. You're looking down, and always in athletics you're looking ahead. So I want you in a prepare position with full extension of your legs and a flat back looking above the horizon. You really have to reach out and extend your leg at the same time. Your body has to move together, upper and lower, right? Breathe in and breathe out. Then I'll open and I'll start a torso rotation, okay? Where your upper and your lower body move together, but we rotate. So this is just kind of waking up the hips. Like breathe in, breathe out. We're learning about keeping our shoulders in line with each other, right? And you can start adding your arm. So there's one line from the front shoulder all the way through to the back. And come in open and rotate. Don't let your feet lift is my cue. Keep your shoulders over your hips and back. Breathe in and breathe out. Then we can come around and you bring your hands to the center and then you just open. And center and open. Okay, and then we can add a bow and arrow where we pull, punch, and rotate your upper and lower body doing it together. Breathe in, breathe out, pull, punch, and pull, punch. So you rotate from your hips. This headlight's on your shoulders, this headlight's on your hips, they're facing away from you. Right, feel that. You feel your shoulder blades move back together. See Robin Hood when he's pulling that bow and arrow, you can see the exertion. Nice. And then I'm going to reach around behind it. I'm going to see how close I can come in making a fist. Normally I can make a complete fist. I'm going to step in and breathe in. So I went from open leg stance to mountain pose. And I'm going to sit back in the chair and breathe out. Now I'm going to try it with my hands behind me. If somebody has a tight back or rounded shoulders, difficulty with posture or a weak core, this is going to be hard, and you really have to get shoulders squeezed together behind you. Shoulders back and down. Lift from the belly button. Look up a little bit. And then breathe out and bend your knees as much as you have to get flat back forward. Ultimately, you want your arms completely overhead, your nose to your knee. And breathe in, breathe out. I have an arm injury. I don't know from what. And then breathe in, breathe out. Okay? Then I'm going to do a side bend. So we're back to a wide stance. I'm sorry, this yellow jacket is just loving me today. I guess I must know I won't kill it. So head is one, this is pole, all right? It comes down, it's entering, and it's a hip. Your hip goes this way, your head goes the other way. But watch that hook of your neck. I'm looking and checking. Keep your head, shoulders, butt back against that wall. All right, feet face forward. Breathe in, breathe out. I like to hold poses for 2 seconds, but you should really feel that in your groin, right? And it works up into your upper back just a little. If it's comfortable and you're feeling it, now watch my line with my arms, okay? I want that same line from my arms. This adds a whole strength component. It's really going to activate something called your quadratus lumborum. Breathe, reach. People like to know about that. This helps with backache. flexibility in your shoulders, in your hips and your shoulders. And again, we're using our body as one unit. All right, so breathe, good. Come up, breathe in, open one foot, right? This becomes your front foot. For whatever reason, your hips, your shoulders, you face me. A lot of people, if you're tight, your hip's gonna wanna rotate like this. Notice my back foot is at a 45-degree angle to this, or is that a 90? I know, but I don't, I'm sorry. That's a 90. Anyway, so the moment comes from your hip. This is triangle. I just showed you it with your feet forward. We did that triangle, but I want this foot open, right? Your hip moves back, your head comes forward. This hand either goes above or below your knee, never on the knee. And you need to keep your hips, head, and shoulders back against the wall. All right? Breathe in, breathe out. Now reverse triangle. Your hip comes forward, your shoulder goes back. Breathe out. We'll just do this a couple of times. I'm just going to take you through. This is my beginner workout. Breathe in, breathe out. I'm practicing it. Reach, let your hip move one way. There's your upper body. You're reaching as far as you can over that front foot. Now this is your end result, okay? Wherever you go on your third one, that's where I want you to stay. I want you to stack those shoulders, those hips. Make sure I round all the time. I really feel it in my back leg. Squeeze that butt. Breathe. Triangle's an awesome stretch. If you can bring your arms in line up. Just one straight line and breathe out. Now release the groin. It's a very subtle release. And then now you're going to just breathe in, come up, and reverse. Hip forward, shoulder back, okay? And then you're going to do warrior two to reverse triangle. Warrior two, you just bend your front knee, your knees over your ankle. It's the only thing that changes. Your arms are out. It's your hip stays over your, shoulders stay over your hips. I straighten the back leg for reverse triangle when I first start teaching people this because it's a lot of work. Stay here. This is warrior two. Stay in this position. When you come back to a reverse warrior, you keep a knee bend and you reach. Kind of isolates up in here a little bit more, which would be your psoas. Then you're going to straighten that leg and come triangle. Breathe in, breathe out. And now you're going to come up warrior two to reverse warrior and breathe. So you just did a very simple asana. Breathe in and breathe out. Reach around behind you, flat back forward. We just did that. Get your arms as far overhead. We did it with our knees bent last time, okay? Now our legs are wide. They can be bent if you want. If you're tight, right? And you want to just, you can go at this. Because if you think about every sport really that you participate in, this is your stance. We're never dropping our head all the way down. This just feels good and relaxes. This time, right? So your knees are bent. You're trying to get your belly to your thigh. You're allowed to round. You're looking up at your belly button. Breathe out. And then breathe in. Now we have to go the other way. Although let's just add a couple of rotations here. Right? Torso rotations. Upper and body move together. Nice. Step in. So it's the other side. You're just going to go open. Right to triangle. For whatever reason, often you get something called reciprocal training, and your the second side's always easier, I find. So I can always almost go to my furthest spot that I was in on my first side, if that makes sense. So kind of here, all right? Remember, it's hip forward, shoulder back, breathe in, breathe out, do at least 3. It's above or below your knee, shoulder, head, back. Don't hook your head. Don't hook your neck. Look up at your hand. Breathe in, breathe out, reverse triangle. It just feels good. Your hip moves forward, shoulder moves back. Reach out as far as you can over that foot. Breathe, come up, and then come up and back and reach behind you. Beautiful. Now come up and go to warrior two. Right? For me, in order to keep my knee over my ankle, I had to heel toe my extended leg. So this leg is fully extended.